Welcome, traders and investors, to another Sunday Stock Talk, where we go over stocks that we are going to be day trading and swing trading. If this is your first time watching, I talk about ways to invest in the stock market, more recently, how to trade stocks, day trading, swing trading, but I have a ton of other videos on how you could invest in stocks as well by making monthly income through dividends and other ways to make passive income. So if any of that sounds good to you, I have a great mix, a ton of videos, over 500 educational videos just for you to watch to get you started making money in the stock market. So guys, let us not hesitate or wait any longer. Let me begin by sharing my screen and get started in today's video. Now, bear with me here. I have not been home in a few days. Been on the road traveling, doing some meetings and different things alike to bring you some more information on stocks and investing. What have I learned? Well, I've learned that being away from your trading station, for one, can be a huge inconvenience to your trading journey. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit as well. Knowing when to maybe take a step back from day trading. That way you do not risk your account or trade with distractions. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the video here and let us begin. Let me see what's going on, if we can get some links shared across the board, and we shall begin. So a lot of great companies that we're going to be looking over this week. Some new companies that subscribers have called out, which is just fantastic. So we will be going over those as well. And yeah, it all begins now, guys. So thank you for spending part of your day with us, part of your Sunday night. Hope everyone's doing well. And sorry for the distraction, just doing what I normally do at the beginning of these live streams, and that's spreading around the link so that we can get more people on the live stream here. So yeah, give me 1 second, 2 more seconds here. Putting this link into our group. You guys can check that out. Over 70,000 members right now in our Investing for Beginners community. This is one of the largest still active groups in 2024. Yes, that's correct. Now, there are some groups that are much larger, but they have nobody in the groups. So it's kind of interesting to see how we are able to maintain our activeness in this group. Now we have over 70,000 members, a ton of moderators, and a ton of new members. Over 300 new members this week. Oh my gosh, look at that. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to Jurassic Park. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to another investing segment. We also have the Discord here. You guys are more than welcome. The Investing for Beginners community was basically created for everyone who wants to invest long term, more than a year, make money passively, and not do too much hands-on trading. Now, the Discord is a second area that you are invited to. You're invited to both of these. They're both private groups. And we are very, very particular about who we invite or accept into the group. We don't like spammers, scammers, or anyone like that. So we make sure to do a good job by getting rid of those people. Now, if you're here for the day trading, here is some stats. You can pause if you want to, but we are going to move on to the bread and butter of it all. So let us go ahead and begin by starting off with some companies that we have been watching for a couple of weeks, and then we'll move on to some of those companies that our members have called out. So guys, what is going on with the Qs? The Qs is something that we watch very aggressively. As you can see, this nice upward trend here, and we like to invest in companies showing an upward trend. That means it's going to be less risk for you as a new investor to get involved. Now, as you can see, at any point here on the line, if you would have bought here, 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 or here, you would still be positive if you held long term. Now, this is not something we recommend to new traders like yourself holding positions long term, but this is one of those companies that if you do make mistakes, if you do run out of day trades, if you just forget to monitor your trades, this is one of those companies that just seems to be going up with the market. And that's okay. That's exactly what we want as a new investor. Now, as you can see here, there was a huge gap up on the 20th, and we did trade this live. If you want to go back a few days, what is the 20th? 20th was Wednesday, last Wednesday, and yes, that was during the FOMC meeting, which we played. We played that. We thought the markets were going to probably go down. It didn't. So if you guys want to watch that video on the FOMC, you're more than welcome to after this. But the company went up 1.5%. Now, you might think 1.5% isn't a lot, Johnny, but you know what? It is if you were to trade the TQQQs. Now, the TQQQs is a triple leveraged ETF that plays off of that future triple Q. Now, as you can see, they went up 3.5%. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. 3.5% on your trade is what we aim for here daily. Now, a good goal to have as a beginner investor would be a 1 to 2% profit every single day. In doing so, you're able to maintain a 5 to 10% profit per week or a 20 to 40% profit per month. And I believe this is extremely obtainable for people who understand exactly what it is that they're doing. Now, for everyone who doesn't understand what they're doing, then this video is definitely for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this open orders and cost basis for right now, just so that way it's a little bit less distracting. Now, I am on my trading computer, thank gosh, because it was a journey on, what was it, Tuesday, or was it Wednesday? No, it's Thursday. Thursday, I traded at a local Starbucks in Colorado Springs. On Thursday and Friday, I traded in a hotel room. Even though I had a lot going on, very minimum sleep, I was still able to provide some quality content for you at market open. Now, if you're new to this channel, I do go live Monday through Friday morning, live stream 30 minutes pre-market and 30 minutes during market hours. So you are there to watch me trade in and out of positions, see my thought process as I basically think or talk out loud of what I'm thinking, my thoughts on everything that I'm wanting to do. So if you guys find value in that and you want to join those live streams, you can 100% free by simply subscribing to this channel and smashing that little bell so you don't miss when I do go live. Also, it would help if you smashed that like button for me. That way I know that you're at least finding value in what I'm showcasing to you. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for coming and spending part of your night with us here on Sunday night. Okay, so TQQ has been very interesting. Okay, so on the 20th, which was that Wednesday, it did spike up almost 5%. It did go up even more, about 7% overnight on a swing trade. Guys, 7% on $1,000 is 70 bucks. That's a quick 70 bucks overnight. Now, if you put $2,000 in, that would be $140 in a single overnight position. Okay, now I do want to showcase that to you. Now, if you bought up at the top, okay, or you didn't lock in profits, you would now be down roughly 2.5%. But wait, this is a good opportunity, a pullback for other investors. Now, there's no reason or no really indication that it's going to bounce off of this support level. It could always drop back down to its MA level, its EMA level, or its SMA level, okay? So there is those two areas where it could potentially drop anywhere from almost 2 to 3% to about 5% and get back to previous support levels of around $57, $58, which is about 7%. Now, it may or may not do that, but if it does, then that offers a nice pullback for a profit of around 10 or 11%. Now, what are we doing tomorrow morning? Well, we are going to be monitoring this, okay? It can go two ways. Now, let me bring up the 1 minute here. Can go a couple of ways, guys. Okay, as you can see right now, it is showing signs of a pullback. Okay, and that can be a good thing because as you can see here, it's going up, it's pulling back down to some recent support levels here. Okay, and if it does get pulled back to this area, then we may buy for a potential profit or increase of about 1%. Now, 1% isn't a lot, but it does have potential to go up. So that's the TQQs. Now, SQQ is the inverse of TQQs. And as you can see, it's right around fair value market. It's not really oversold. It's not really overbought. It's literally right in the middle. So now two things can happen. It could bounce off of this support line here, which is your MA, your moving average, or it can go down. And we're hoping that it goes down because then that means TQQ will go up. Okay, doesn't mean it has to happen, but that's what we're looking at for this week. Now, guys, what about Reddit? What about Reddit? We talked about Reddit. It is an IPO. It IPO'd at $34 and then shot all the way up to $53, which means you could have made $19 for every $34 that you invested. It was actually 58%. So if you invested $1,000, sold at the top before it started going down, because why? We use trailing stop losses, then you would have been able to lock in almost $580 off of $1,000 investment. Yes, you did hear that correctly. That's $1,500, guys, with only $1,000. So you could have literally sold and made some really good money that day. Now, even a $100 investment would have brought you in $58 of profit on Reddit. Now, this was not a company we were expecting to hold long term. I knew it would IPO and it would skyrocket up and then begin to sell off. That's what IPOs do. That's just the psychological factors of the stock market. People want to get in and buy cheap, ride it up, and I guarantee you there is a lot of people who invested in this company who are now holding the bag and are down roughly 20%, okay? If you bought up at 58, that was a bad time for you because now they are down almost 20 to 22% down on that investment, okay, guys? Now, what's going to happen? Well, Reddit is definitely one of those companies I would recommend not to trade as a new investor. Why? Because it's super risky and it's such a new company. You're not necessarily going to want it. Don't really know its direction. Now, it did flatline right here at about that $45, $46 mark. It may go down to $45 or back to $34. And it also has the potential to move up slightly. Now, if it does show signs of an upward momentum, that's a 10% profit in technically a day because that's exactly what it did here. It sold off, bought in at 45. Sold at the $50 mark. That's 11% profit. Now, what's 11% on $1,000? It's $110. You could have now made $110 in less than a few hours, okay, from 9:30 in the morning to about 11:30, and you didn't really work for it, okay? This is 2 hours of just sitting down and holding your hands because you don't want to buy or you don't want to sell too early and not get those profits. So investing is a lot of just waiting and waiting and waiting. You're going to wait for that good setup. You're going to wait for that sell, and you're going to do so by having a plan. And that's the biggest thing that investors that I've noticed do not do. They don't trade with a plan. Okay, I just demonstrated a plan. If it starts to show signs of upward momentum, then we may buy at the 46, maybe 46.5 if it starts showing signs of confirmation that it's going up. Now, if it does, well, that's great, right? We're going to buy it, say it's at the 46, say at 46.50, we decide to buy in. And maybe right here at this first area of resistance, we may just lock in profits at 5%. 5% is good enough for me for the day. $1,000 investment on 5% is $50. Not bad, not bad, $50. Now, that is a really good price for any new investor. And guys, that doesn't mean you have to go and buy this right now. I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. That's not what I do here. But what I do want to do, or do is basically share with you some of my trading ideas. I will lock in the 5% and I'll be good. Okay, I don't have to hold up here. I don't have to get the whole 10%. Now, I may buy, say, 20 shares here, 20 shares here, 20 shares here, and then now I have 60 shares. And then from here, I may sell all 60, or maybe I'll sell 40 or half, and then let the other half go up if it does go up. If it starts showing signs of weakness or reversal downward, then I'll just sell the rest and lock in my profits. I'm not going to be holding it. Now, guys, that is in a good area or a positive way of it going up. Now, what if it goes down? Well, Johnny, what if you buy at this 46.50 and it just goes back down to 45? Well, then we cut our losses. There is no what ifs. there is strictly a plan. If it goes down past 1%, then I sell. That's 46. That's about 50 cents per share that I buy. And again, I didn't buy all 60 shares. I only bought 20 shares. So I'm not in a ton of money, and I'm not going to lose a lot of money either, because I have a set stop loss at 1%. If it goes down here, then I sell. If it goes up, then I ride the area up. Okay, 20 shares of this company would be roughly $900. So I put $900 in, it starts going up, I add another 900. I add another 900. So now I'm up $2,500 on a company that's going up. I'm going to make 5% on $2,500. Okay, so then we're looking at 150 bucks, something like that, $125 in a single day, with very high levels of risk management. Risk management is key. I'm not going to buy $60 worth or 60 shares, $2,500 here. I'm only going to buy 20 shares. Okay, buy 10 shares, buy 5 shares, buy 1 share if you're new. I'm not asking you to buy any shares, but I'm just saying as an example. You could also paper trade this company until you get familiar and comfortable with how your trade style is, identifying good setups, and becoming profitable by understanding your trading plan. Okay, that's my plan. 1% risk on a 5% reward. That's a 1-to-5 ratio, and I will take that any day of the week. All right. And with that said, I'm only risking 1% of $900, not 1% of $2,500. So really, I'm only losing like what, $9? If I lost, I would lose $9. So would you risk $9 to potentially make 150 bucks? The answer is yes. I totally would do that. I would risk 10 bucks all day long to make $100. Okay? And that's the point of this video, guys. Sunday Stock Talk is all about you. It's all about educating you guys for this week moving forward. So guys, that's only 2 companies we've covered. Okay, so we're going to go through some a little bit faster now that you understand the basics of what we're doing, what we're trying to identify. Now we can start going through the companies a little faster. So let's take a look. FMC on the 4-hour. We always like to look at the 4-hour. That gives a bigger picture of what the company's doing. As you can see here, this one is showing nice consolidation right here in this level. Now, it did have a strong rejection. It wanted to do some confirmation, and this is where investors or beginner investors get a little bit caught. I would say they get caught right here because look, this is great. This is showing reversal or rejection, confirmation or consolidation, and then confirmation that it's going up. But what happened? It got rejected at this level. Look how many times it's been rejected. 1, 2, 3, 4 times it's been rejected. So do you think from past patterns and past history that this company would probably get rejected again? Right? So as it gets rejected, hello, welcome to the live stream. As it's getting rejected, it has the potential to go back down 20. And that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to be waiting for this company to go back down. Now, it took them about 20 days to get to these levels. And it looks like it takes roughly about 20 or so days to get back down. So by this time in March, we should be looking at this going down here, showing signs of consolidation, and then hopefully signs of confirmation to make over 30% profit. Okay, all we have to do is wait for this setup to get to the level we want to buy, and then just wait for it to go up and sell it. Okay, trading does not have to be complicated. And I hope you guys understand that by learning these strategies, you can also make money. That's the whole point of this channel, is to educate you guys to not make mistakes that I made. I've made a lot of mistakes. I am not perfect by any means. I've lost thousands of dollars in the stock market, but I've also made tens of thousands of dollars in the stock market. It is extremely possible, and I want you to be able to make those tens of thousands without losing thousands. Okay, it's okay to lose money, lose a couple dollars, but use that risk management. Use that 1%. 1% of $1,000 is 10 bucks. Would you be willing to lose $10 to make $100 or $500? Yeah, the answer is yes, definitely. So what I like to do here is we're going to put these yellow because these are going to be my trade ideas. And we want to see how closely this follows to my ideas or my logic. Will this continue to go down? Will it consolidate and then have a confirmation buy setup? Maybe. It could also break. It could break this area and just continue to go up and up and up. Doesn't have to happen. Moving on. SPY. SPY is one of those companies that, again, now this is a company I would not mind you as a new investor investing in. Okay? Why? Because it has done nothing but go up. SPY also tracks the S&P, and over 147 days, this company has gone up 30%. So this is also for my long-term investors out there. If you're not day trading, if you're not swing trading, or maybe you don't feel comfortable trading at all, maybe you just want to start putting some money into something. Put money into it, put money into it. Well, look, you could have bought here, 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 here. You could have bought here, and then it went down, you'd still be up. And then you wait and it goes up. Now, if you really want to get into some trading and learn how to make extra money on top of that 40%, well, then here you go. Every time it touches the the EMA, every time it touches that EMA line, it bounces off that EMA line right here, bounced off the EMA line right here, bounced off, bounced off, bounced off. And so not only are you able to make that 40% long term, but you could make 3% there, 3% there, 3% there. And every time you're making 3%, this company is moving up maybe 1%, right? From here to here, it's about 1%. But from here to here, it's almost 3%. So you're telling me, wait, instead of holding this company long term and making 1%, I can trade this company when it's at its low point and sell at a high point and make triple the amount. Yeah. And it takes a little bit more work, but not a lot of work. Okay, we're not talking about ditch digging here. We're not talking about rocket science. All we're doing is identifying patterns that we see, and we're making money off of it. Now, what is it doing here? Well, it's showing an opportunity for us to potentially buy. Okay, this company does not have to just drastically go down, but maybe it goes down like this. Maybe it takes a couple of days for it to get down to these levels. But I guarantee you, okay, I can't see that. I can't guarantee you. But in my opinion, it's definitely, potentially, possibly, probably will bounce off of those levels again. Because in the past 150 days, it has done just that. Bounce, 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 bounce. So what's to say this company's not going to bounce again and potentially get about 3%, which will be highs of about 530. $530 for SPY is not out of the question, seeing how they were just recently up at 524. Even if you did buy and it only went up to 524, you buy at the 521 when it shows signs of confirmation, and you sell at 524. That's almost a half a point, okay? It's not much because SPY is expensive. It's $500. So literally, if you were a new investor and you had $1,000, you'd only be able to buy less than 2 shares. You wouldn't even be able to buy 2 shares. Okay, so that's SPY. That's definitely a company I could see potentially going up and would be okay investment for new investors because it has the track record of going up. And we don't want you to lose money. We want you to make money. Okay, AMD. AMD, look at this sucker. This is going up too with a huge buy opportunity. Now, it doesn't mean that it has to, but it's definitely getting into those areas where I would want to buy. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3 times it's bounced off of this support level that I've drawn. Okay, and if you guys want to learn more about support levels, resistance levels, I do have a video about it, but I could always make another video if you guys would like me to. So AMD is another potential. Now, does it mean it's going to bounce tomorrow or even in one day? No. This is definitely one of those swing trade potentials that could get you about 16% to 24% if it goes up to those previous highs, which it totally could. It's AMD. AMD is not going anywhere. Tesla. I would stay away from Tesla right now, guys. Look at this. Downward momentum. Oh, we could look at that. Upward momentum. So when you start seeing the signs of an upward momentum, how do you identify that? Well, the EMA crosses over the SMA, starts trading above both levels, and starts doing what it was doing on SPY and QQQ, just staying above that EMA level. Now it dropped, and it's gone up, and it's dropped, and it's gone up, and it's dropped. Now what is it doing? It's reaching newer lows, and that's okay for us because we want that. Look, it's getting into our buy range. Buy range is roughly here. It might not get down to this area, but it might get down to this area. Now, if it does, Tesla has the potential. Even this tiny little area here, 15%, and more so, 70% back to previous highs. Now, I don't think it will. I think basically it's just going to bounce off of these levels right here for a little while and just kind of bounce in here. Try to find areas of consolidation. And once it breaks above the EMA and the SMA, then it's, oh man, then it's on. Then we're going to start seeing levels like here from 150 to that 200 or 300 mark, right? Which would be amazing for an investor like you to double your profit, to double your investment. Okay, now we're talking about 100% profit. If you put $1,000 in, you'd make $1,000, which means you'd have $2,000. Again, riskier because you'll be holding longer. That's not what we're trying to do here. Okay, but I am trying to figure out a good area of a common ground because my channel is so mixed. I do have over 5,000 subscribers now, and half are investors, the other half are day traders, and I'm in the middle trying to teach you all. And it's okay. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy talking about stocks and educating you guys. Now, Apple is another one of those companies that has strong potential, but it's getting rejected. It got rejected right here at this level. So that said, you may want to get in, say at 167, 168, and it might go back up to that 179, 180 level for a 6% profit. Doesn't mean it can't potentially go up all the way. Eventually, back to previous highs at 20%. 20% on your investment is fantastic. That's $200 on a $1,000 investment. Now, yeah, it does take money to make money, but it doesn't mean you can't start trading today with no money. You don't have to have money to trade. You could sign up with WeBull right now, link in the description below. Don't use any of your money to trade. Start paper trading. There is a paper trading option. You could trade as much as $100,000 or $1,000. Whatever you want to set that limit, you can start trading today and learning how to find those setups, find these potential areas of resistance and support, to be able to learn and understand exactly what it is that you're doing before you put money in, before you even begin to risk any actual money. Okay, that's all part of learning in the stock market. Okay, I want you guys to learn and grow, not lose your money and then get frustrated and never trade again. That's not what I want here, guys. I want you guys to save that money. I want you guys to make sure that you are understanding what you're trading. Okay, not just, hey, what's Johnny trading today? I'm gonna go trade it too. No, because you're never gonna learn anything. Did you ever hear that saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. Okay, I want to teach you how to fish. I want to teach you how to trade stocks. That way you could feed your family, feed yourself, and not work so dang hard working those minimum wage jobs. Now, you need to work. You got to have a foundation. You got to have some money. But one day, if you understand the potential of yourself and the true benefits of the stock market, then you can make money, far more money than you could ever imagine from working a 9-to-5 job. Okay, so let's get back into it. Sorry, I got on a little rant there, but It's all good information, all great information. I'm extremely passionate about what I do, and I want you guys to be too. If you're serious about investing, you do not need money to invest. Right now, as you're learning, get that paper trading account, sign up for WeBull. Did you know that signing up for WeBull, you can get free shares? What are free shares? Well, those are free money, right? Free money. Everyone likes free money. So you sign up with WeBull, say you get 5 to 10 free shares, that's money. You could trade those, sell them, pull the money out, pay your bills with it, or that's when you get serious. You're like, whoa, I just got like 50 to 100 bucks signing up for this free link in the description below. And now I could use this $50 or $100 to trade stocks, follow along with Johnny if I want to, Monday through Friday on my live streams in the morning, and really start learning and having that risk. Now, what are you risking? Nothing. That money was free. So your literally risk is zero. You're trading with someone else's money that they gave you, which is just an amazing benefit to have as a new investor. Now, guys, I've signed up for Robinhood, WeBull, MooMoo, Acorns, Stash. I've done it all over the past 10 years, and I've been able to get free shares when I sign up for those programs. I signed up for Facebook and got $179. I'm sorry, when I signed up for Robinhood, and got a free share of Facebook, which is AKA Meta now. It was $179, and I got that for free. That's insane to me. I got $180 for free. You know what I did with it? I sold it and then put it into another investment. That $180 that I got for free has done nothing but make me more money over the years. That free $180 has made me over $300 for free. That's money I never had. That's money I didn't have to work for. All I did was sign up for the link below, get my free shares, and started my investing journey. It's pretty cool story. And I've been doing it ever since. All right, so Palantir Technologies. Look at this little pullback here. Now, it does look like it's finding a little bit of consolidation right here. So we may potentially see a bit of a bounce, roughly 17% on your profit. That's $170 on a $1,000 trade. So that's definitely another opportunity. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen right now. What that does mean, though, is we're going to be watching it. We are definitely going to be watching Palantir for the next couple of days and throughout this week to basically see what it does. And if it starts showing signs of a bounce here and signs of upward momentum, then we might buy a few shares. And in a few shares, you know, maybe we'll start with 10 or 20. 10 shares is $240. If you got $240, well, 10% of that's like 24 bucks, not a heck of a lot. But again, you buy 10 here, buy 10 here, buy 10 here. Before you know it, maybe you have 30 shares. And that's roughly almost $1,000. You'd probably have to go just a little bit more. I think it's like about 40 shares, 967. So about $1,000 investment, 10%, you make 100 bucks. What are you risking? 1%. What's 1% of the initial 10 shares? What's 1% of $241, guys? $2.40. Would you be willing to risk $2 to make potentially 100? Yeah, definitely. I'd say yes. Moving on, Mara. Mara has done nothing but give me a headache lately, okay? But it is finding areas of support. Areas of support here and recent areas of support here. Now, it may come back down. It may even go back down more than that. But the true potential, okay, there's resistance here. I want you guys to be aware of this, that there is resistance right here. Oop. At this previous 2330. And there's resistance. I mean, there's resistance all up in here. Okay, but that would be the next one right here, between here and this next level. Right here, 34, okay? So we have our support levels, which it could go back down, and we may wait to see a potential buy, okay? Only risking a small amount of money. And then that potential of over 100% profit 100% profit on Mara, guys. Now, I know this goes off of Bitcoin prices, stuff like that. So be very careful with Mara. Be careful with all these investments to be in general, right? So I said, practice trading with paper money. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday night with us here. All right, Hood is another one of those companies that is just showing signs of strong resistance at about that 1950 level. Now, it may just start bouncing in these levels right here, so we're just going to go ahead and delete a couple of these because they're insignificant, okay? Right here is showing our signs of support, signs of resistance. So I'd say this is kind of right in the middle. As you can see with the MACD and the RSI, that is in the fair value range. Now, we're going to want to see this pull back some more. Now, as you can see on the MACD, it's showing signs of a pullback, which is what it's doing here. Don't get confused with this green candle because it still has the potential of potentially going down. Now, it could bounce off of the EMA, which would be fantastic. Doesn't mean it has to, but it could. Or it could bounce off this SMA level, which is way down here. Okay, so Hood's a little bit more risky, but we're going to be watching it this week. Rivian Automotives, they have done nothing but go down, so I would actually probably wait on this. There is some strong potential if it can get past this EMA line. But right now, we're just not seeing it. Now, it does show signs of support at this $10 level. So maybe buy a couple shares, maybe you don't. Maybe you paper trade this one and see how it goes. Sound AI. Look at this huge pullback. But what is it doing? It's showing signs of rejection, possibly consolidation, and then hopefully confirmation back up to the top. SOFI Technologies. Look at this one, huge spike up past that EMA line, and now it's starting to descend back down. SOFI is not something I would invest right now, but it looks like it did find a support, which is great because this has been selling off for quite a few days. So it's nice to see a support level at that 682. And we're going to set our alerts below 720. Okay, 720. If it goes below that or above that, we'll be notified. JetBlue is showing some, not really much going on. It looks like we kind of missed it the last few days. It already did its bounce from its previous support of 655 up to 730-ish, 727 for a 10% profit in one day. That would have been a nice 10% swing trade, $100 overnight if you invested $1,000. Missed that opportunity. There are so many opportunities out here to be able to grab them all. Okay, NEO showing strong signs of a downward trend, possibly consolidation here because now it looks like it's trying to get into that support level where it was previously for some major potential up. Lucid Group also looking like it's okay, has signs of support here at that 250, 260 level, some signs of consolidation. So we're going to wait for confirmation when it crosses over this EMA line for a potential profit of around, could be 24% to 44%, probably more along the 24% right here. As you can see, it has a strong resistance level there at that 340 mark. Now, with that said, you can buy 10 shares of this for 27 bucks. Okay, I've bought 1,000 shares before, and it was only $2,700. 100 shares, 270 bucks. Okay, so definitely not a cheap or not an expensive company to buy. Okay, I would consider this almost a penny stock. Anything under $5 is pretty much a penny stock in my book. Okay, a couple from subscribers. A couple of subscribers called these out. Now, ARM is being bought by, or some of its shares are being taken up by NVIDIA. NVIDIA is buying these next companies that I'll be talking about. SOUN, ARM, NanoX Imaging, Too Simply Holdings, Recursion, Pharmaceutical will all be holdings within NVIDIA. And then right now, NVIDIA is selling at like $1,000 a share, 900 and something dollars a share time of this video. So ARM definitely has potential to go up. Will it? nobody really knows, but it's staying above that EMA line, and that's exactly what we want to see. Now, if you can go back up to a previous resistance level here, it's about 10 to 15% ROI. So that's $100 to $150 on your $1,000 investment. NanoX Imaging, right here, showing signs of a rejection, may bounce off of this SMA level, and we're going to find out tomorrow for potential 35%, $300 on that same $1,000. So this is definitely a company we are going to want to watch, and we're going to create an alert here if it goes below 914, or if it goes above this EMA level of, let's see, let's go at 10, because 10 is one of those psychological numbers. So we're just going to create an alert. If it goes above $10, then we will know, we'll be notified, and then we could potentially buy this company. ARM's a little bit pricey, $134. So with $1,000, you could buy less than 9 shares. TSPH, or Too Simply Holdings, is a penny stock for sure. Okay, but you could have bought this company as low as 16 cents here, and ride that wave up 300%. If you would have held, you would be at 230%. $1,000 investment would be, wow, would be $2,300 in profit. So you would walk away with $3,300 on $1,000 investment. Now, this is extremely risky because it is a penny stock. It can fall just as fast as it went up, and I would not invest in this company because, as you can see, over the past few months, it has done nothing but have a downward trend. But guess what? NVIDIA knows something we don't, because NVIDIA just picked up a ton of these shares. And we're talking a ton. That may be the only reason why we've seen a bit of a spike up, was simply because NVIDIA bought some of this company. All right. RXRX, Recursion Pharmaceutical. This is another company here that NVIDIA picked up. As you can see, it has a nice little pullback, some consolidation, and if we can get a newer high or back to previous highs of 1578, that's a 50% return on your investment, 50% return. So we are definitely going to be watching RXRX this week and probably over the course of the next couple of months. Last but not least, OCGN. Now, this has no relation to NVIDIA or anything that NVIDIA is holding with this company. It's just one of those companies. OCGN is what it actually is, OCGN Inc. A subscriber did call this company out just recently. I should have bought some shares when he called it out last week at $1.10 because it is up 55%. That would have been $500 on $1,000 investment in just as little as 2 or 3 days. Okay, we did not buy this company because we were buying other things. But God, at $1.64, you could buy 100 shares for $1.69. I mean, for $169, make 50% on $100. That would have been $50. $50 on $100, guys. Okay, with a 1% risk, that would have been $1.69. Would you risk $1.69 for $50? Yeah, the answer is yes. That is a good trade. That is a good setup. 1 to 50 reward compared to 1 to 3 or 1 to 5. We're talking 1 to 50. Okay, so these are the companies, all the companies that I'm going to be watching this week. Now, we may be day trading some of these companies. We're probably going to be swing trading a majority of these companies. And with that said, that ends our Sunday night stock talk. That's it, guys. That's our live Sunday stock talk for you guys. I appreciate you spending part of your evening with me. I will be here first thing in the morning to live trade with you all here. My time will be 7 o'clock. It'll be 9 o'clock Eastern time. So if you want to go off of whatever your time zone is based off of when the market opens, I will be here 30 minutes pre-market, 30 minutes during market. So you get a full hour with yours truly trading stocks. You could ask me questions. Why did I buy? Why did I sell? Why am I doing anything? You have the potential to ask all those questions and watch me trade live tomorrow morning. Guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time and your support. Definitely check out the Discord link below. Check out the Facebook link as well. These are the companies we mentioned for NVIDIA earlier, shares they own and the value of each one that they own. So NVIDIA owns this, and NVIDIA is a major player in the stock market. So you already know these companies are going to go up because NVIDIA owns them. Now, I'll never ask you what to buy, hold, or sell. All I can do is show you what I'm doing to beat the stock market. Pause this right here so you can see everything from my trading style, my account size, my ratio, favorite indicators, favorite setups, biggest focus, and also my trading criteria checklist. Okay, this is crucial for having a trading plan. Thanks, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you all here in the morning for the live stream. Appreciate your time. I've said goodbye about 16 times, so we are definitely ending it right now, right here.